Hey guys, this is gonna be a quick video. I'm gonna break it down into two steps. Okay. The first step, I'm just gonna show you very quickly how to actually do the transfer, system wise. And secondly, I'm just gonna talk about some of the best practices. Okay. So that's actually currently on the ringer. As you probably heard in the background right there. But basically, what it is to do the actual system transfer, you've got these three buttons here. You're gonna click the middle one. Okay, you gotta make sure that consultative right here it is ticked. Okay, and then you're gonna dial with the customer. Okay, and then you leave the three-way call once you've introduced the customer. That will instantly bring you up. You don't have to go to has the customer hang up. It will instantly bring you up to the screen, and you must. Okay, I must emphasize this point. You must click on transfer call transferred. Otherwise, if that appointment is set, you will not be paid for that appointment. Okay, so I wanted to emphasize that point. So I'm just gonna pause this right here. Okay, I'm gonna actually bring up this position screen. Okay, so just bear me for one moment. Just leave this here. That was actually a ringer. Alright, and then I'm going on a break. I'm not logging back into the system, so I'm just gonna log out. Alright, and then that's it, I'm logged out. Alright, so I'm gonna close down this screen. We're not gonna need it anymore. I'm just gonna work straight from here. Now, once again, you've actually got a copy of this. Okay, so like once again, the actual transfer process is very simple. Okay, now when you click this leave three-way call, that would be like you clicking hang up with customer because you're no longer calling, so that's why it's gonna take you to the green screen. Okay, now onto my point. When I transfer a customer, I normally say something along the lines of, well, in this, who's there? Jan. Let's say that's actually a John. Okay, so okay, John. Well, since you're interested in solar and you want to learn more, okay, what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna transfer you to my booking agent, and they'll actually take a couple more details. I'm gonna be with you on the line this whole time, so please bear with me for just a moment. They normally take just a couple seconds to pick up. Okay, I'm dialing with you right now. I don't ask them, okay, is it alright if I transfer you to my booking agent? Or do you mind, would you like to? No, no, no. I literally go to them. Okay, everything seems to be, in a good position. Okay, I'm transferring you to my booking agent now. Okay, that way you don't give them a choice. That way, you're doing your process straight away. Obviously, you've already checked, you've already verified your information, but this way, it's easier to close because if you ask them, oh, okay, do you mind if I transfer you to my booking agent? Then, hold on a second. Why is this guy transfer? You give them a time to think, and you don't want them to, think. You just want them, oh, okay, whatever, do your thing, all right? So you tell them, I'm transferring you to my booking agent now. Bear with me for one moment. I'm going to be on the line the whole time, okay? And that's when, by the time I'm telling them this, like, I've already got this screen already. I've already got this already laid out. I've already clicked transfer. I've already had the screen come up. I've already clicked consultative, and I've literally got my finger on the trigger on number 3 to dial with customer. Okay. I will then dial with the customer, and then they will pick up on the other side. If it's a very straightforward transfer, I would normally just say, oh yes, like they'll say their name with the pick up. Oh yeah, hi, this is Terry. So I would say, oh hi Terry, this is John. I've currently got John on the line, and he's interested to learn more about solar. I leave him in your capable hands. Have a lovely day, Mr. John. And then I would literally straight away just click leave three-way call. Okay, and then that's when you're gonna have the green screen come up. Okay, and you're gonna disposition as transfer customer transfer. Okay, the way I just showed you on the screen and the way I've explained on the dispositions as well. Okay, I've emphasized this point a few times because you will not get the appointment paid to you otherwise. Okay, so make sure you do that. Okay, what else? Okay, if it's not a simple transfer, what do I mean by this not a simple transfer? Okay, you're not going to get many of this, but it's nice to be prepared just in case. So in the past, I've had customers that have been in the same state, they're a homeowner, but they don't currently live at that property. Okay, and I've actually asked them, like, do you get plenty of sun exposure where you currently live? It's like, yeah, actually I do, and I pay over $100 per month. That's what they've said to me. So I would then, go like, oh, well, okay. In that case, I'm gonna put you through to my booking agent. Just bear with me for one moment because I'm going to introduce you and I'm just going to explain very quickly that you've moved houses, but that you still want to learn more about solar energy, and that way we will be able to actually come around to your area and explain everything well. Okay, or just something along those lines. Don't give too much explanation. Keep it simple, but just let them know that you're going to properly introduce them and explain their case. So then when I transfer them over, like once again, Terry's picking up and I'm introducing John. I'm going to introduce Jack because my name is John, so just to make it sound better. So I'll say, hi Terry, I've got Jack on the line. He's very interested to learn a little bit more about solar, but he's still living in the state of Texas, but has currently moved homes. Okay, he's getting a good sun exposure, pays over $100 on his current electric bill, and is looking to set up an appointment. So we can show him how much money he can actually save. Okay, and then I'll be Jack, thank you very much for your time. Have a lovely day, and then I'll get out the call. Okay, it's never perfect. I mean, there is no script for this. It is literally just you know um introducing the customer, letting the other agent know if there is a special condition, letting the customer know that you're gonna introduce them and you're gonna tell them about a special condition. Okay, and that is literally it. They only take about 2 to 3 seconds to call. Now you're gonna find sometimes that they don't actually pick up quickly, that they take a bit of time. That happens because they've got a large number of calls coming in. This is not the only campaign for solar going on at the moment. This is just a one dialer, so they get a large number of phone calls on the other side. Okay, so like what you want to do on the phone, you're gonna get a bit of noise in the background and everything. So what you want to do on the phone, you want to go, oh, Mr. Jackson, I'm still on the line with you. They normally take a few seconds. Maybe they're just a bit busy on the verb line. Let me just double check. I've got an internal chat with them. Let me just check to see how long they will be. Okay, they're normally just a few seconds. Please bear with me. Okay, and then you try and get them on the line. If the phone call takes longer than 30 seconds, if the transfer takes longer than a minute, and you can see like the customer's like, I don't want to wait, man. Then what I would do, I would just literally go, and I would just go over to the top one where it actually says hang up transfer line. Okay, and I'll click on that, and I will say to the customer, I will say, well, so look, from what I can see, I'm guessing our agents are very busy. It's a very good time of the year to go solo with so many incentives. So we're actually running very, very busy at the moment. So I would have to apologize for that. I'm very sorry. But what I would do, is it alright if I call you back in the next 20 minutes, and I'll make sure that there's an agent on the line that's able to pick up, okay? And you go, and that's how you do it, okay? One, the other option is, and I'll make sure that they'll give you a call back as soon as they're available, and then they'll be able to just take your details down. Yeah, that's all right. Get them to give me a call back. Okay, Jack, I'll give you a call back as soon as possible. Have a lovely day. Once again, thank you for your time. You're talking with John from US Energy Solutions, something like that. So the other option is literally getting in touch with them through the Skype, and you can ask Cherise, or you can ask Daniel, you can ask another member of the team, and you can just say to them, oh look, I had this customer. To be honest, it took the transfer just took way too long. So I hanged up on your side because the customer was a bit disgruntled. So I told him I'm gonna ask one of you guys to give him a call back. And then if someone on Skype actually gets back to you like, oh yeah, I'll give them a call back, then just give them the details, which are what you're gonna have: the name of the customer, and you're gonna have the telephone number of the customer up here. So this is where the telephone number is. Let me zoom in a little bit. So copy the telephone number, and then you've got the name of the customer as well. Okay, and you also got the record ID if that helps. Okay, so you can just copy all those details and send that over to them on the other side, and then ask them if it was actually a transfer, or they will actually let you know, because they dialed on their side. You're not gonna be able to do call transfer, so it might not be added to your appointments. So for that to be properly added onto your appointments, if you give a member of the other team actually giving them a call, make sure you verify that information and make sure you keep a record of that information. So whenever you make a transfer, I'm gonna do a little Excel sheet which I'm going to be sending out. Try to always fill in that sheet. That way you actually know, and you've got a clearer idea of what transfers went through and what didn't do, and what actually became an appointment and what didn't. It's just better for you just to have an idea. It's your transfers, it's your job that you're doing, so keep track of it. All right, that's my recommendation. Okay, because if you transfer it that way, if you ask them to call it that way, the system, we haven't been able to update it so that it reflects that. but we are conscious of that, and we want you to be paid what you deserve, because you've done the job. All right. So that's how that goes. And the other option is to go with them like, all right, cool, so I'm gonna do that for you. And then you literally you hang up on the customer. Once you couldn't transfer, after hanging up on the transfer line, and you've let them know you're gonna call them back, you hang up on the customer, you set it as your call back, you talk to the team, and you go like, oh look, is it okay now, is someone there? Because if it's a break time and you didn't realize it was a break time, there's not gonna be anyone on the other side. So that's happened to me before, so that's why I give you a heads up. And so you set it as your callback, you call them back, you go through the whole transfer process again, you make sure you click transfer, call transferred, and that way the customer, they're gonna, it's gonna be set up as your appointment, okay, if it gets set on the other side. And that way there'll be no discrepancies with your pay, and like I said, we want you to be paid, and that's about it, alright? I know it's a bit of a longer video in terms of transfers, but I really did want to leave everything like, very set out. That way, you've got a very, very clear idea of how to actually do a transfer, okay? There is no magic formula. Just be nice, be polite, introduce the customer, and do your best, guys, all right? Once again, best of luck, and you guys, you got this, all right? You are the best, all right? You're in this team because you are the best, all right? You guys got this, and let's get down money, guys. All right, have a good day. All right, take care.